It was a historic event. Taliban signed an agreement with the United States. What commitments have Taliban provided or will carry out in return for the commitment of withdrawal from Afghanistan?
Thank you very much. Today's agreement, which was signed between Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan and also the American side, it was a great day for us because according to this agreement, 20 years of war which is going on in Afghanistan, it will be ended, and there will be full stop to the fighting in Afghanistan, and there will be no more fighting. And moreover, we have three major parts in this agreement. First of all is the withdrawal of the foreign forces from Afghanistan. It means that there are many things in detail, but I tell you in general that the withdrawal of the foreign forces, including the American forces and the NATO forces from Afghanistan, except the diplomatic mission of America in NATO countries, which are the embassy staff and consulate staff, rest everybody will leave Afghanistan within 14 months from tomorrow onwards. And the next major part is that the soil in the land of Afghanistan should not be used against our neighbor countries and also other countries. So it means all those parties who are misusing the land of Afghanistan or doing it this they will not be allowed. This is another thing which we are giving assurance to the American side or to the other world. And the third is the inter-Afghan dialogue that for the future of Afghanistan we have to sit with Afghan sides, with different political parties, and form a government which should be acceptable to the majority of the Afghanistan people.
So how did we come up with this, with the 14 or 16 months of withdrawal? Was it a joint, you both agreed on 16 months, or was this a negotiated 16 months?
There is no doubt that both sides they agreed with this. That after lots of discussion, negotiations, and after lots of bargaining and all these things, and after all the political side of the American team and also the military people, the expert military people who were part of these negotiations in different departments from the United States, finally we agreed that all the forces from Afghanistan they will withdraw within 14 months.
Was there a request from the Washington, from the U.S. side, that they want more time?
Oh, there is no doubt that in bargaining there will be these things, but finally we agreed on this 14 months.
And what was the hardest part of the past 18 months talks?
You see, the talks on the table, it's not so easy when the two enemies are sitting together and facing each other, and there is no trust between them, and the fighting is also going on inside Afghanistan. So it is very difficult, this negotiation. But those hard days we have already passed. We had days and nights discussed every single word in this agreement, and finally we agreed on this.
So how would the enemy become not an enemy? You're still calling the U.S. as an enemy, so you agreed with the enemy, but how would it become a country which is not an enemy and help Afghanistan in rebuilding after the peace process?
An enemy is not enemy forever, and your friend will not be your friend forever. This is the thing which is going on in this world. So the Americans are here in Afghanistan. If they withdraw their forces from Afghanistan in the future government of Afghanistan, we would like to have a good relation and friendly relation with America, and we will invite America, and also it's a part of the agreement that the American government and the people of America should try, and they should come and they should assist the people of Afghanistan in reconstruction of Afghanistan.
So the second part comes where the Afghan soil or the Afghan land will not be used against any of the neighboring countries and not against the interests of the United States in the region. Do you think it's used now, or there are elements that you would eliminate in Afghanistan?
You see, actually, we have promised that the land of Afghanistan will not be used.
Was it used before?
Yeah, it will not be used. So we will not allow, according to this agreement, we are committed to this agreement that we will not allow anyone who are in our areas, that they should misuse our land against America.
Define anyone. Who could that anyone be? Is it Al Qaeda? Is it ISIS? Is it the extremist Islamic extremist movement?
Should be anyone.
Uzbekistan. Who are they?
Should be anyone. If anyone, according to the agreement, even we will not allow our own people, our own Afghan people, they will not. So they should misuse this land against America. Everybody. It includes everybody.
It includes everyone. That shouldn't be. Was there any particular demands from the neighboring countries that should include in this agreement?
No, it's not like that. But it's generally in the agreement that this land should not be used against them.
So now coming to the third part, which is the inter-Afghan talks, or I should call it negotiations. Is that? Do you think that's a more? Do you think the next phase, the inter-Afghan talks, is the more important one, as Secretary Pompeo said that all Afghans, the Afghan government, the Afghan politicians, opposition, and the Taliban should come and agree to form a government?
There is no doubt that you see one phase we have already finished the talks, and now the practical phase starts with the American side. On the other side, the inter-Afghan dialogue, which is coming related to all internal issues, this will also will take some time, because there are many issues between Afghans, especially the form of the government, the constitution, human rights, women rights. There are many other things, because this country is for the last 4 decades, the war is going on, and this country is completely destroyed and level with the ground. So overcoming all these things and agreeing on a government, of course, it will take time and it's hard. But we hope that we can reach something.
So Afghan government just had elections, and President Ghani is the winner of the elections according to the IEC, and the inauguration date is set for March 9. Your talks, inter-Afghan talks, is starting on March 10.
In fact, you may also be agreed with us, and the whole world knows that there was no election in Afghanistan. It was a fake election. Nobody participated there. Out of 35 million population of Afghanistan, less than 1 million they appeared for the election. In that also there were more than 26 to 27 candidates. You see, the winner will be how much? So this is now even the winner is not properly announced. There are differences between the two. There are 3 people who announced their success in this election, like Ghani and Abdullah and Dostom and all these things. Everybody is announcing this thing. So actually, in fact, there is no government in Afghanistan right now. There is no government, and it is not recognized by anyone.
But it sounds like you demolish the Afghan institution, the government, and then reform everything from scratch.
I think the government, which they call themselves the government in Kabul, except those who are inside the presidential palace, out of presidential palace, nobody accepts them as a government. So it means there is no government. There are only few people who manipulated the power in their hand, and there is another group, they manipulated the other side. So actually there is no government who can represent the Afghan these things. But anyway, on the table with the Afghan these things, inshallah, we hope that we can overcome all these problems, and we can nominate a government which is acceptable to the majority of the Afghan people.
Mr. Stanikzai, you're calling them manipulators in a puppet regime, and you're still confident that you can agree and sit with them and agree on a joint form of government?
We are not sitting with the puppet these things. We are sitting with Afghans. We are sitting with the political parties. We are sitting with the civil societies. We are sitting with the different tribe chieftain and all these things. We'll get together and we'll make a form.
And has the U.S. agreed to what you are envisioning for future Afghan?
We have written that the inter-Afghan dialogue, it means that the representative of the whole country. It's not only that who are coming from the presidential palace. But yes, we do not deny that this government, which has been at least till now recognized by the American, maybe they can also send one of their representatives, but as a part, not a government of Afghanistan. We do not recognize this government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanikzai.